Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be back, at least recording some stuff here. I decided to start a series of podcasts with people who have been in a healing session with me, and I asked to share their experiences so that others would know what my work is about. And before I talk about myself, I really would prefer others to just share the experience with the work I've done or that we have done together. And so, my first beautiful guest today is my dear friend that I love from the bottom of my heart, who has been with me since the beginning, Molly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love to talk
It's
to you again.
always a pleasure talking with you.
Likewise. And we haven't done this in a while, and I'm really missing it. But here we are. And yeah, I just leave it to you now because I keep talking a lot and nothing will come out of the end. So I give it over to you.
Okay, well, I have one question for you before I start blabbing away.
Mhm.
How weird do you want to go?
As far as possible. Thank
Okay, okay, so we're doing the whole enchilada.
you. Yep, absolutely.
Well, let's see. A mutual friend of ours had some work done by Saskia, and she came to me and she was like, you got to see what she can do. And she couldn't really describe it or anything. And I was like, all right, let's see what she can do. So a couple of us got on the phone, got on Zoom with Saskia, and we merged together, which was a really interesting experience too, because you can, when you do that as a group, you can kind of feel, as a small group, you can feel everybody else too. And she came in my space and she's like, "Do you feel something over your chest?" I've never felt anything over my chest before, but as soon as she was in my space, is like, wow, I can feel that thing. And then I felt her pull something off. I was like, that was interesting. And then she went over to our other friend, and I could immediately feel like this heavy weight on my head. And she's like, can you feel what's on your head to this friend? And she's I think she could feel it. And Saskia went and lifted it off. Some kind of like, what do you think? An implant, something to prevent consciousness. I don't know, something weird in the etheric space, just over her head, preventing like her full abilities from coming in. And I could feel it lift off. And I was just like, that was wild. So we had that initial experience, and then just afterwards, there was such a feeling of lightness and such a feeling of it's so hard to explain, like additional spirit in my body, more energy, more life force. There's a lot of different ways you could say it. More, I don't know, like you took a 1,000 vitamin C's that day. There's a lot of ways you could describe that feeling depending on where you've come from. But, my background's engineering. Um, I wasn't always into anything woo-woo, and I always still kind of roll my eyes at anything before I try it. But when you actually experience something, you there's no denying it. And that's what's so hard about a lot of this stuff because it sounds really weird. And it sounds too easy, but then you experience it and you're like, whoa, that actually happened. Like something actually shifted in me. Um, so that was our first experience. And then after that, I just remember going like, holy crap, Saskia, you got to be doing this with everybody. We all need this experience. Um, and she's worked with me and my family quite a number of times since. After that, she worked on my family, and I have to say, if you ever get the opportunity to have Saskia meet with your children, um, 1000% do it. Just for starters, the way she looks at them, um, she sees them. And your children are going to feel seen in a way that I don't even know that a mother sees their child because she's seeing them from a different perspective. She's seeing their spirit, their essence, um, all the pure love about them. She's not seeing any of those problems you see as a mom. Um, and just the way she loved them without judgment and how open they were able to be with her. It was such a safe space for them to say anything. Um, and they were respected as, I want to say, peers, but she's also really, she's got kids herself, and she was very careful to treat them as peers, but also protect their innocence with everything um, she was doing with them. Um, with one of my kids, he had just horrible, horrible eczema as a child, as a baby, and, still dealing with food allergies and stuff. And it's one of those things where it's like, man, I've done everything right. Like, why was this kid so hard? Why did we have so many issues? And it didn't make any sense. And, making progress with him was always fighting for every single inch. And, things would work for other people and I would just get an inch out of it. It would be there, everybody else's full solution, and I would get just a little bit. And Saskia said the first thing that had ever made sense to me, and it was the weirdest thing anybody had ever said, but it was the first thing that ever made sense. And she was like, basically, he's new here. He hasn't been in a body, or at least not in a body very often. Like, this is a new experience for him. He's never been in an experience this dense before. And I was just like, wow, that is the first thing that has ever made sense with how sensitive his little body is, even though he is so healthy. He's so healthy. Everything in his body works well. Why is he so sensitive?
Mhm.
He's new here.
Mhm.
And that gave me just like an entirely different perspective and for appreciation. Um, it. Instead of going like, wow, this is a problem to solve, it's just being able to see him as a spirit and go, he's just new here.
Mhm.
This is just new for, his spirit. And I
Yeah.
can't imagine what that would be like being new here and trying to adjust to a 3D vessel bombarded with all the crap around you.
Yeah.
Um, and then with my other kid, um, who's had deep problems with a lot of darkness in his room at night, a lot of scary stuff in his room at night, abduction kind of things. Um, she could see wires coming out of his head. These aren't things I can see in my room, and I'm just okay, nodding my head, trusting that like this is real. And then she goes into to the experience of where those wires are coming from, like in a different reality, in a different time space, and starts pulling them out. My kid's of an age where he has no idea what's going on. And he suddenly goes, I'm getting a headache. And she's like, honey, I'm pulling wires out of your head. And like, those are the instances where you're like, you can't dispute something is happening here.
Mhm.
Like, it's just, that doesn't happen by coincidence. And I will say after that, my kids were different. There was an I want to say an elevation in how easily they could start healing themselves was probably the biggest difference initially. Um, I think Saskia, you can correct me, but I think you would say probably they came away from that with more spirit in their bodies. What would you say?
Yes. As soon as you get rid of implants, blockages, whatever they put on the body, you are able to fuel the body with more spirit. What the darkness is trying to do is to prevent you from getting in more light into the vessel, into the body. So they put all that stuff around you within you. And yeah, once you get rid of it, you can have more spirit within and start healing from within. That's what's happening then. That's why we do this. Why I do it. Just assist you in getting rid of stuff that isn't authentically yours. So you can integrate more light and start healing from within by yourself. That's it.
So if we are cars and what we need to be full of is clean gasoline,
Hmm.
but there's a bunch of crap in our tank.
Yeah.
Saskia is taking the crap out,
Hmm.
and instead of, that half a tank of gasoline we had in our bodies, she's giving us a full tank.
Yeah.
So when you're coming out of a meeting with her, all the junk. that was in your gas and in the lines is taken out, and you're walking away with a full, vessel of clean gas.
Yeah.
There's my engineering analogy for the day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. The thing is, really, the moment you do this, a lot of people experience a sudden healing from symptoms they have had over a long time or whatever they have been dealing with. And they observe the things that I remove. I have others that actually have the sight and they can see what I do. Actually, they see me doing this stuff. Not only feeling, but seeing. And well, yeah, that sounds pretty crazy for some out there, but actually, once you know how things are created here, it makes sense. And why it's happening, it makes sense too, because darkness doesn't want the light here.
Well, I know one of the reasons it was so easy for me to digest is using homeopathy a lot before, and just there's so many times where I've taken a remedy, and this is true for a lot of natural healing, that you're taking it for one thing. Saskia, you're coming to Saskia for one thing,
Mhm,
but you end up, the symptoms of some other emotion, some other physical ailment, some other thing that was stuck
mhm,
that you didn't even think were connected are
mhm.
suddenly gone. Maybe you came to her for a skin rash, but that skin rash was actually, I don't know, a stuck fear in your body.
Yeah,
And and suddenly you're no longer feeling that and you feel free.
yeah,
And that ankle pain was connected too, and you had no idea.
yeah. Or you have back pain and believing this is because I'm sitting wrong or I'm doing some too much sport or whatever. And actually, there was something they put on your back looking like a claw. I had this a couple of days ago. A client had a claw on the back and I removed it and suddenly felt, woo, it's gone. What is happening? I have had this for years. Yeah, this was something they put on you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I never could have guessed one of the reasons my kid was having trouble with healing quickly, getting his immune system up quickly. Like why wouldn't like homeopathy or herbs like work as well on him as my other kid? I couldn't not have told you is because he had wires in his head,
mhm,
dark wires in his head, sucking spirit out.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if you don't know, like that's what's so hard here. It's like you can only heal what you understand. And
yeah.
if there's an entirely another layer I can't see, I don't really feel, but somebody else can,
Mhm,
like I can't solve that because I couldn't even think to look for it. But
mhm.
Saskia's like, oh, I see wires. And I was like, okay, didn't think about that. Maybe he's got wires. Maybe you've got a claw in your back.
Yeah, yeah, this, yeah, yeah,
It's a weirder world than we understand.
absolutely, absolutely.
Another one of my favorite ones, like I just don't even understand how you see this stuff. Um, One of my kids, I was just talking to her about it because we were friends. I wasn't looking for her to do anything, but he was getting like a rash under his armpit and it was growing. And I was concerned. This is my food allergy kid. I'm like, great. What is he reacting to now? And she was like, get him on Zoom with me. And, brought him on Zoom shirtless. And immediately she goes, oh, I see it. And she describes mites. Her first language is German, mine's English, but like she was describing little mites, and that's what had happened. Scabies, it would be the English thing we'd call it. Um, we had been in, grandparents' greenhouses, and their things are sprayed, and who knows what what bioweapon mites were in there that
Yeah.
everybody else up there is immune to. But we went up there, and he had basically spider mites, like a sack of them come out in his armpit.
Mhm,
And she was able to like go in and first of all see it because I never would have gone that and just that not even if she hadn't been able to solve it, which she was able to come in there as a dragon and fire up his armpit and clean out all the mites. But that information, allowed me to like address it correctly. I didn't know I needed to be washing sheets. I thought he was having a food reaction.
mhm.
Like it completely changed everything. And I don't think I don't think anybody I would have taken him to would have realized what it was either.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, there was another one. Saskia and I were working together, and my computer stopped working. It started crashing. And I was like, uh-oh, let me get a hard drive real quick. So I'm texting her on my phone, and then my phone stops working. And she's trying to communicate with me, and she's like, I'm coming into your space. And what she finds is, I'm sitting here going, I have technology that is failing. My technology is being attacked. She comes into my space and she's like, are your hands tingly? And I'm like, okay, I wasn't focused on that. But now that you say something like, yeah, my hands totally are tingly. She's like, you have radiation in your hands. They put radiation in your hands, and that's why your devices aren't working. She comes in, cleans it out. 30 seconds later, my phone works, my computer works. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there walking around like a moron
Wondering
with
what's going
etheric
on. I need to.
radiation I
Yeah.
never would have thought of,
Yeah.
and my device is not working. Oh, I can't do anything about it. They just attack my devices. No, I'm walking around glowing green and not realizing it.
Yeah. Yeah. This happens a lot. The radiation levels are going high if you have been recently abducted by the Greys, normally.
What do you think that is?
That's their energy frequency, actually. They leave that blueprint on
Oh,
you,
it's
and
just their goo.
you carry it around with you. Yeah. And if you don't,
Ew.
if you're not aware of that, yeah, it messes with you for a while.
That
So,
just explained something else from childhood I'll talk to you about later.
okay.
Thank you. I
Okay.
didn't understand they had a lot of radiation in them. I've had radiation symptoms and issues before,
Yeah.
but I figured it was from where I grew up. But that actually makes a lot more sense with things that have happened in my life. Thank you for that nugget.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I didn't know they were full of radiation too. All
Yeah.
right. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put some tinfoil around my house.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
let's see. We've done a lot of work together. One of my kids, he will get a needle-like pain
Hmm.
in his privates every once in a while.
Hmm.
And he and I are both aware, and we've been aware for a while that we are in genetic engineering programs.
Hmm.
Not willingly, but we
Hmm.
haven't figured out where that opt-out form is yet. Um, and I know everybody listening is rolling their eyes skeptically. I would too. Um, and I never plan on saying things this strange and being this bold about them, but sometimes things happen in your life
Yeah.
too many times to ignore.
Hmm.
And I've seen the beings in my bedroom before. So if you listen to me outside of these statements, I hope at least, I sound pretty sane otherwise. And if you ever listen to like ex super soldiers or anything talk about their memories,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
it's always curious how well they match with each other, even if they haven't spoken to each other before. So go ahead and roll your eyes, but until it's happened in your reality, it all seems a little woo woo, and then it happens to you, and you're like, huh, okay, I guess that's real. Anyway, um, so
Yeah.
sometimes the pain will be so bad. It's basically after the day of an abduction. He'll get this pain, and sometimes it's been so bad that he hasn't been able to participate in like a sporting event, a tournament he's got the next day. But the times where I've been able to send a picture to Saskia and she's been available, she's just said, "Send me a picture of him real quick." I'll send a picture to him, send a picture of my kid to her, and she'll be able to see like what is stuck in him, be able to remove it, be able to do some healing, bring more spirit back into his vessel. My child has absolutely no idea she's doing this. He goes from um, in tears next to me going, I don't think I'm going to be able to participate today because this hurts so bad, to he's forgotten about it and he just, goes and plays his sport. He has no idea she's done this.
Hmm.
So try to make that up.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Yep. Awesome.
Um,
That's awesome.
I can go into this last one too if you want to go all the way weird.
Yeah, of course, we go all the way
Okay.
with you.
This is the last one she helped me with. This is the all the way weird for me. She's weirder, but
Yeah.
this is the all the way weird for me. Um, So I was having pregnancy symptoms. I'm
Oof.
43.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, wasn't expecting those. I mean, I'm married, but my husband's had a vasectomy. We're done.
Hmm.
My digestion had slowed to a halt. I felt sluggish. My lower abdomen was bloated. My boobs were heavy and huge, and I had random weight gain, and there was absolutely no reason for these symptoms. I hadn't had a change in diet. I was working out quite a bit. I even think several days of that random weight gain, I'd even been fasting on bone broth. So random weight gain made absolutely no sense. So even though I could not be pregnant and my husband has had a vasectomy, I went and got the expensive test. The digital $20 99.9% accurate test where the only way it's ever wrong is to tell you you're not pregnant when you really are because you just don't have enough pregnancy hormone.
Hmm.
So I take the test and dun 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 dun, pregnant. That
Well,
was a fun moment.
yep.
I didn't tell her any of this at the time because I'm like, I can't even speak. I can't. I can't. I can't. I have to wrap my head around this. So, my husband and I are going, he knows about the alien shenanigans. Have I been messed with? Am I being used as a incubator at the moment? Or has my husband's vasectomy failed?
Mhm.
Um, Neither are wonderful
Mhm. Yeah.
when you feel like you're done having a family.
Yeah.
Um, so, but that night, in the middle of the night, I woke up. I felt like something left my body, and at the same moment, I felt like my body stopped being sluggish. Like I think only like a pregnant woman could understand this statement. Um, I felt like my body just switched from supporting two life forms and being slow in that respect to just supporting myself again. Some toggle switch
Mhm.
was turned, it felt like. Um, I was too chicken to take a test the next day, but I took one. I took a few more tests a few days later, and they said negative. And then my husband took a test to see if his vasectomy had failed or not, and it had not. And so now we were dealing with alien shenanigans, or had he somehow gotten me pregnant, which didn't seem like it. And but I hadn't even had a miscarriage, or maybe my test is just faulty, which, if you're just doing your 3D synopsis, of course your test was just faulty here. But how come I only took it because I had every textbook pregnancy symptom and I have a couple kids? I know what I feel like pregnant.
Mhm.
Um, so after all this happened, and I was able to go take my breath a second, I told Saskia this story, and she's like, "Send me a picture." Um, And she came into my space and she's like, I can feel that there's still a blockage in your uterus. And she removed it. And I actually felt her do that. And I didn't expect to. Um, but I actually felt like something like pinch and yank out of me. And that's the stuff you can't make up.
Mhm.
We're not even on Zoom doing this. She's in Germany. I'm in the USA. We're just doing this through, text messaging each other.
Mhm.
Um, Halfway around the world. And I don't expect to feel anything when she does this. And and yet I can feel every single thing she's doing inside of my body. And then do you want me to tell it, or do you want to tell, like, you took that picture and you showed it to two people
Yeah.
who didn't know at all what was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. No, I showed
Do you want
it.
to say anything about that?
Yeah, I knew what was going on, but then I didn't say anything. I showed it to my daughter, and she said, "Yeah, there's something in there, still in there." And I asked her, "Do you want to go deeper?" And
And you didn't say anything about like at my uterus or pregnancy. You didn't say,
uh,
you just gave her a
yeah,
picture
yeah, right.
of
Uh,
me, and that's it.
and the first thing she said, "Oh, it's in her uterus. Something is going on there." Okay, there you are. What else? What else do you feel? And she went deeper, and she saw the beings behind that who messed with you. And but somehow she would not go for further. She felt like, oh no, 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 this is scary, Mom, this is scary. And I said, okay, out, go out, go out. Said I'm taking care of it. And yeah, I sent it to another friend of mine, the picture after asking you, and she said it's okay. I sent it to my other friend, and she also saw something. I cannot remember what, because when I do this work, other after the work, I can't remember what I did that moment. It's really yeah, but my
I
daughter,
remember you saying, yeah, she could also see
yeah,
something in
yeah,
my
yeah,
uterus without being told anything about the
right,
picture.
right. So what I did is I just helped you to remove that, to remove
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, what Saskia could see was basically like there was nothing alive in me
No,
anymore,
no, it was
but
that.
there was basically like, oh, let's call it an alien miscarriage that hadn't miscarried.
Hmm. Hmm. Right.
So she came into my space and cleaned that up, and I could feel her removing it. But at the same time, you're like, okay, it's been removed on an etheric, energetic level. I kind of expected to still have um, somewhat of a miscarriage experience or heavy period or something like that. And maybe I told Saskia, I was like, this is a new service you should probably do because I didn't even get my period that month.
Hmm.
I, if I was going to have one, I was pretty much due for it. But, right after she did that, I did have some spotting.
Hmm.
Try to make that up.
Hmm.
Um, but that was it. And that was it for the entire month. And I don't miss my cycle. I'm early 40s, but I haven't hit that stage yet where my cycle's weird. It's clockwork. So
Hmm.
that was a very odd thing to happen.
Hmm.
But whatever she did, she didn't just clean it up etherically, like she cleaned up the physicality
Hmm.
of what happened. And that is such a wild thing
Hmm. Yeah.
that she's in Germany, I'm in
Hmm.
the USA, she's coming into my space, and she's able to clean up something in my physicality.
Hmm.
In a very, to me, a very provable way.
Hmm. Yeah. That's
So thank you, because I don't know what would have happened with that one.
yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Yeah, that's what I do. I just come through your heart center into your vessel. And the moment I do this, I see what's going on and work on all dimensions, all the bodies, the physical, non-physical bodies, and that's it. And whatever needs to be done, I do it. How I do it, I have no clue. I just do it. I can see it in my system and know where to go, and even really detailed information I can bring forward. And working on timelines, actually, I can go forward on a timeline, the most um, possible timeline in the future that's showing up, and I can see stuff there. I can go back into timelines. I can change whatever happened in a time on another timeline and change things there. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I can do it, but I just do it. I just do it. I come over as a triad. Sometimes I come over with the whole team. That depends on what we have to do. And I'm not only removing the stuff, I go after the beings that place the stuff there. And we just kick their asses, kill them, eat them, whatever we do. And that's, yeah,
So
that,
there's your community service. Meet
yeah,
with Saskia, and there'll be a few less dark beings left in
yeah,
the world because
yeah.
she'll make sure the root cause is destroyed.
Yes, yes, yes,
It's
that's,
a community service project.
yeah. Actually, yes, that's the way it works. And
You don't know what to go after until there's like a thing, a person with a
yes,
problem to attach it to, you
yes.
know?
So that's why,
You don't just like go explore the darkness.
no, no. That's why it's so good when I can work with someone, because I can really go to the root of it. And sometimes, and a lot of times, it's really outside of yourself. Those It's aliens doing some all kinds of stupid stuff on us. And once I get these assholes, I'm sorry, there's just whatever beings. Oh, I don't want to be judgmental, but yeah, sometimes there's another word. There's no other word. I have to use.
Yeah, all my
So,
words for them are rather unsavory.
um, yeah, I would use the F word, but I'm not doing it. Um,
It's not
but
a YouTube friendly word.
yeah, but yeah, that's what we do. And And when I say we, I'm not doing this alone. I have really my team around me. I need protection actually because they try to attack me all the time when I do this kind of work. They mess around, they try to mess around, they can't, but they try. And so,
Your video calls,
yes,
get dropped and all
well,
these things, right?
all kinds of stuff, attacking me through
Yeah.
scalar energy too, or whatever. Today they tried to stab me from behind when I was working with a client. I was like, "What's she doing? Are you stupid? I can see you and feel you. Don't you even come in close to me?" So that's, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on always. But yeah, I love what I do because that's why I'm here. I feel so highly inspired to assist everybody who really needs assistance and is looking for help because you may be stuck somewhere and you don't know why. And I'm here to assist. I'm here to help. I love what I do, and I'm not leaving the planet before we haven't kicked everybody out of here who does not belong here. So, yeah, there's still some work to do. And I know it's crazy, and there's so many things going on here. You cannot even get that at all with your mind, but don't try to understand it through your mind. Feel it in your heart. And
Yeah.
when I come over to you and connect with you, you feel it. You feel the light coming in, you feel getting really more quiet, more neutral, more peaceful,
Joy and
more
peace in
you.
your heart
Truly.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
a really, and like I would really recommend it for men too. Like, every guy I know that has met with you, it
Mhm,
has just given them such a feeling of um peace
mhm,
that they were missing.
mhm,
More than the work you did, more than the problem you solved for them. It was just, the connection, the hour with you, the how much they could feel you in their heart center.
mhm.
It's just, I mean, I feel like that lit them up for a year.
Yeah, yeah. It depends on everybody, of course, after we met to maintain the light within and even
Yeah.
increase the volume of light within. That's why I also teach you a technique or show you a technique that you can use every day to work on your neutral and peaceful state of being, to really maintain the light and to really, yeah, become untouchable by staying neutral and peaceful. The moment you
Yeah.
react the moment you step into trauma, well, that's where they want you. They want you
It's
to,
food.
yeah, it's food,
It's
emotions,
their food. The
addiction.
emotions are their
Yeah,
food.
yes. So it's not only that I help you to get rid of stuff, I also show you how to maintain after this, how you maintain a more neutral and peaceful state of being, which is your normal state of being.
Yeah. I don't feel like it really matters if you're going to Saskia for something like weird. I can't explain this thing and I'm being bothered in the middle of the night.
Mhm,
Or it is really just like I have chronic ankle pain.
mhm,
Like it doesn't matter.
mhm. Yeah.
Her
You,
skill set goes in both directions.
you don't even
Like
have to tell me.
yeah, or yeah, and I'm sure depending on the client, you may or
Mhm.
may not share
Yeah.
all the details of what you saw, the why,
Mhm.
depending on where they're at in life. I remember one time I don't even know why you're in my space, but you're like, "Do you feel like your rib cage is kind of tight and you can't get a full breath?" I'm like, "That's just kind of me." I don't even think I said that to her, but like this is a problem I've had my entire life. I was an elite athlete, but I was always more out of breath than my peers. Like I always felt like I could not get enough oxygen in
Mhm.
my body. And she's like, I see these like elastic kind of spider web things around your lungs and she's like, I remove them. And she's like, take a breath. And I was like, holy crap. Wait a minute. So that lung capacity, I thought I had my entire life where I couldn't almost get like a full breath if I was running or something.
Mhm.
That wasn't me. That wasn't my genetic makeup. Like, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
There was actually something I could do about it, or
Yeah.
she could do about it.
Yeah.
And my breathing is completely different now.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
You
you don't have to know anything about the why or anything. She ends up solving a lot of things that maybe you didn't even know was a problem because you had them for so long. You
Mhm.
thought they were just you, or they're just your old age,
Mhm.
or PMS symptoms, or whatever you think they are.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's just it it's crap on you.
Yes. Yes. Actually, it's because you react to something outside of yourself. You allow other entities, energies, whatever it is, to step into your system, connect to the system, exactly where you have a reaction to. They dog, they put whatever on to you and then they feed on that. And
That
once,
anger at the red light,
yeah, whatever it
that,
is.
any of
Um,
those things.
And the more you're reacting outside of yourself, and it's over and over again, the symptoms showing up in the body more and more. It even can become a disease. This just the body telling you, hey, there's something going on here, and you think, okay, what do I do? What is it? I don't know. Do I have to change this and that? Actually, it's because something is attached to you for a long time. You haven't even noticed it because you reacted to something outside of yourself over and over again. So I remove it, help you to feel it, to feel the difference before and after it, and show you how to not get attacked again or something attached to you again by the technique that I show you also during a session or in the spirit mergings that I share. And yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
and if you guys haven't ever done a spirit merging, it really doesn't matter if it's live or it's a recording. It really doesn't matter. Um, you're connecting with Saskia when you do that. You're connecting with the other people who are doing it. Um, you will have, if you're struggling to come back to a neutral state, like you will have an exponentially easier time doing it when you're listening to that because her energy is actually coming through it and supporting you.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's not just a statement because she's my friend. It's because I've experienced them with her and gone, whoa, that was different. This really does work, when it's with her versus just doing it on your own. There really is power in numbers when
Yeah.
you're working with powerful numbers.
Yeah. And yeah, I have recordings on my YouTube channel. And as I do not work in time and space, you can always do these, listen to these spirit mergings. It will always work. When I do my work, I'm not in space and time. I'm connected in that moment, in the now. That's why I cannot remember actually what I do because I do not record what I do. I do not think when I do the stuff I do.
That's what I blame my bad memory on too.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, you can. Perfect.
But it's true. I know it's true.
Yeah. So there are solutions actually out there. There's solutions for everything. And if you're open to it and just want to try
And
it,
and
do it.
something like there's a term I've thrown at Saskia several times. I don't know if she likes this term or not, so don't let it stick, but like kind of medical medium. Like when she comes into your body, something I've noticed about Saskia is just the way she can feel everything. I feel like she thinks it's maybe a little bit more normal than it is because she thinks like, like we're gaining the skill and stuff. I'm like, I still don't feel anything like the way you do. But like she can feel down to like your cellular level, everything that's going on. She can feel that it's cold in your big toe. She can feel that the breathing in your sinuses is constricted. She can feel the headache. She can feel the lower back pain. She can feel that it's in your kidney that's causing the pain.
Mhm.
She can feel it at a very microscopic level. So even on the diagnosis side, you've been so extremely helpful when it's like you just don't even know what's going wrong. And she's like, it's in your liver. And you're like, oh, I thought I was having lower back pain. It's in my liver.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm not at a root cause at all.
No, or a lot of people have tinnitus, the ring
Tinnitus, yeah.
tinnitus. And actually it's caused most of the time by implants. They really love to put implants into ears so they have easier access to your brain waves, and to manipulate you through frequencies. So once I remove the implants, or most of the time I have to do it, you feel the difference after it immediately.
So you
Uh,
could be sitting there taking your anti-inflammatories, your fish oil or whatever for
yeah,
years. Maybe you've
yeah,
got inflammation in your ear.
yeah.
No,
No, no.
this is why it's not working.
Yes, yes. That's why it's not working because we have implants on the body. We have a lot of
Yeah.
barcodes on the body. We have a lot of, oh, I can't even describe it from time to time. We have symbols. I have people who have been in other lifetimes like really playing with the darkness. And normally witches, even black magicians I have had, they have, they still have the symbols. Most of the time it's on the palm of the hand or here. Symbols. That's why I recognize it immediately. Oh, you have been playing with black magic there. Did you remember? Can you remember? Yeah, sometimes, yeah, yeah. I see it. Okay, let's remove the symbol from your hand. So
So
you,
that time when you were a teenager playing with the Ouija board,
yeah,
like
yeah, I
it's
see that
stuck.
stuff. I see that because
Yeah.
it's there in your system. If you're not aware of it, or if you do this kind of stuff, it's so dangerous.
When you think about like the amount of time and money we spend over the years, like I use all natural kind of practitioners if I need help, but like the amount of time and money I've spent at some of these places, blood tests or chiropractic or whatever it's been. And the fact that she can come in my space in like 2.5 seconds and go,
Yeah,
it's this organ, this is the problem. It's just like, wow, I've been chasing that one for a year. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, I'm cleaning out the blood is really easy to do so. I work with the blood
But
too.
just the fact that you can feel every ounce of somebody's body
Hmm.
is really spectacular.
I don't know. For me, it's normal. For me, it's I've
Sure.
done this forever, and
It's
we
supposed to be normal, but it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. So don't ask me why I can do it because people have I don't know why. I don't know. I just doing it. I've always done it, and as you
I remember you telling me like even as a kid, like if your mom had pain, you just put a finger on her
yeah,
and it would get rid
this
of the
was
pain.
it was not as a child. Maybe I've done it, but like yeah, I've done it years ago when she had pain somewhere. I just put my finger. I normally I would not touch anybody. I don't need to touch. But yeah, with her sitting around and just put my finger in her pain that is there for weeks is gone in a minute, under a minute. Yeah. Well, that's it. Something else? We shared a lot here. You shared a lot, Molly. We talked a lot.
I'm sure I'm going to have 20 other things that you've done after we get off here, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what's in the front of my mind right now.
Yeah. But I think
But
it's
I really hope this gets to people who are new to you and are searching for solutions because I know it's a big community of people who are stuck with their health, stuck with their happiness. It's just stuck in whatever way. And 30 minutes with you um is rather priceless.
yeah. So let's get this one viral. Let's find the people. That's why I'm doing it. That's why we're doing it.
Let's find the people and kick some dark butt.
Absolutely. I love that. Remember when I told you what I do when I'm in the dragon? And
I
you're like,
know. One night when
what?
I had beings like keeping me in sleep paralysis and I blasted one of them and I'm pretty sure I took care of him, but I was just asking her, I was like, okay, so what are your techniques and what do you do with them? And she's like, I eat the, and her sweet little voice, she's like, I eat them. And I was like, okay, didn't think about that. I eat them as a dragon.
As a dragon, yeah.
She eats them
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
sushi.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Don't tell my daughter, she will.
So dark beings are dragon sushi.
Yeah. From time to time, of course. Then we turn
I
in.
still haven't accomplished that one. In the moment, I still haven't gone like, let me try to eat them.
Yeah. No. It's okay. I eat them. It's okay.
It's
I'm used.
hilarious.
Yeah. Then we poop them and then we burn it and then it's done. It's
And
okay.
then they're completely vanquished.
Yeah. That's how crazy we are.
But if it works, it works.
Yeah. So, sweetheart, thank you so much for,
Anytime, my friend.
oh gosh, we could talk hours. We will
I
do
know. I
this.
love you very much.
I love you, Molly. Thank you for sharing your experience and being who you are. And gosh, we have done this a million times before. Now we're doing it here. We will have to do it on another planet, other planets, but now, for now, it's okay here. And thank you for kicking asses, for holding on. I love you. And I'm stopping here right now. Mwah. Thank you.